in conversation with Dr. Ivneet Kaur Walia, Associate Professor of Law and Associate Dean at RGNUL Punjab, an expert in cyber law and AI regulation, bringing the legal lens into this evolving landscape. All yours, ma'am.
Thank you so much. A very good afternoon to everyone. And thank you for extending an invitation to this mega event, which always takes place, and I was always deprived of being here. So thanks to the organizers. So this session is basically talking about the craft and creativity in the age of AI. Before I say anything, the first thing or the first meme that I ever came across was that we talk about the artificial intelligence, but what do we do about the natural stupidity? And then another meme referred to that I would want AI to do my laundry and cooking. But what it is doing right now is that it is writing poetry and painting for me, and I'm still doing the laundry and the cooking. So with this, I think I'll start with the session. So first, I would like to ask you, because I read few things about him, that he's a columnist, he believes in Sufism. So let me ask you in Hindi rather than English, because that will bring out the essence of it. So what do you have to say about Sufism? आपके लिए Sufism क्या है?
Assalamu alaikum. Sufism is a way of life, and it's a thought process, and you can't actually define it. It's like gunge ka good. It's like honey. If I have to say how sweet honey is, I have to taste it. And same goes for any spiritual experience. Sufism is like a medium in which we can get spiritually elevated and reach our ultimate goal of moksha or morifat. Sufism is very much deeply rooted in Islamic philosophy and fundamentals, but there are various parallel spiritual processes in various other world religions as well.
So before I ask him any other question, I would like to ask you that in the age of AI, how are you still holding on to the traditions, the cultural value? Because we all have read about Pashmira, the textile thing that you're leading right now. So how do you hold on to the old values?
So these are two questions. So when it comes to the Sufism, we are very much bound to follow certain ideology and thought processes, but at the same time follow our heart. AI technology has helped us because there were a lot of scriptures which we used to hire people to document it, also used to hire people to record it. So now there is an app for it, so technology is very, very helpful. If somebody in Moscow is investing in getting a scripture of Shah-e-Hamdan, and I in Delhi can see it, then within just a few commands I can get it translated in any language. And I can also get some Lucy or Siri to, she can tell me what it is. So yes, that has helped. Research, you are yourself a researcher. Research has helped, but AI, I personally feel is gigo, garbage in, garbage out. We have to be very, very careful. We should not have the tendency to be totally dependent on it. I've had a very bad experience once because we were formalizing deck for funding when it comes to Pashmira. And at the last moment, we saw that all our strategy was pitched by someone else. And then we realized that the AI software which we were using, they were also using the same software. So yes, we have to be very, very careful. And I think government is not fully aware of it. Government works very much in secrecy, and they should work in secrecy. But we can see people working in the government, even for a small draft, they just go to the chat GPT and check. कि आज सर को यहाँ से यहाँ जाना है, लेकिन उस शेड्यूल पे लिखा होगा टॉप सीक्रेट, बट AI में डाल दिया because they are not aware of it that it actually is then out and open. If I give a proper prompt, what is the schedule of this minister to this minister, that may come, and they are not aware. I feel that awareness has to come. We are grateful that we have leaders like Dr. Sumita Mishra, who has not only transformed the Haryana sale deed system, registry system, but she has also used technology and AI in many fields.
Right.
We deal in property, so Haryana is the first state to have AI chatbot for property registration. It is actually related to the question, ma'am, because we have to learn, and we have seen political parties also using AI. We have had big personalities, including our honorable Prime Minister, doing a rally and then AI getting it translated. But then, yes, there are a lot of challenges also. There are deepfakes also. During elections, we saw that a lot of deepfakes came, and still they are coming, so we have to be very conscious of it. I think in the coming days, AI is must, and we have to live with AI, and those who know how to use AI, they can prosper well. Those who don't know, they will be they'll actually end up working under someone who knows how to use AI.
Right. So I think you gave a very elaborate answer, and as an academic, I face the use of AI more than anybody can ever expect. All our students, we ourselves, feel very less confident, and we keep looking at chat GPT, perplexity to rephrase everything. So I think we are somewhere undermining our own confidence in whatever we want to say, and we are completely out of our senses, because it's no more about feeling the touch of pashmina or any other thing, but it is the feel of the keypad, the touch screen and everything.
For Pashmina, I'll tell you, we used to actually invest a lot of money in hiring models. But now we have learned that we can use some AI tricks and make her pose in front of a green screen. And we just have to pay her for 1 hour, and we can just change it, and we can get our data for at least a month.
Right.
So yes, we are learning. AI is also evolving. With each day, there are new prompts and new technologies coming. I have ventured into textile with my sister. It's a new learning experience. We are under Startup India, so the government is also supporting in their own manner. But yes, AI is also playing a very big role when it comes to the textile technology. They are also helping us that how we should price our product, and how and what terms we should use to sell our product. Right. And we are grateful to a lot of initiatives for that.
Thank you for the answer. So I'll move to the other speaker. So we are talking about your book now, Future Proof. So how do you see AI in the future? What are your thoughts on it? How is the present generation going to be impacted by the use of AI?
Thank you so much for asking that. Am I audible, please? Yeah. Can you please make this a little loud? Yeah, that one's better. Yeah, I think this is audible. So, a warm welcome to everyone. It's post-lunch, and many people I can see over here waiting, sitting. So one part is very nicely answered by Affan, what the governance is doing about handling AI. And as a behavioral studies scholar, I have been working on human behaviors for over 27 years now. And I took 2 years to write this book. So when you ask this question, it is a major question for me and for everyone, I believe. But the point is that as common people, we possibly are not been able to understand the threat, and we are constantly feeding AI with informations with our behaviors. So that's where I see, and I say this, that AI is not the challenge. The challenge to us, the human race, is convenience. Convenience. That write-up, that poem, that story, that drawing, that illustration, AI is giving us in seconds. That convenience is the challenge. That is keeping us from being human and bringing up that thought, what Geet was just talking about, that experience, the memories, and the idea of writing something down. We are stopping to do that. We are no more doing that. We are falling for that convenience. 30 seconds, and AI will do this for me. This template, 30 seconds, AI will do it for me. Why should I? Why should I do that doodle? Why should I do that scribble? Why should I write those 4 lines? AI will do it for me. You know, one of my family members said, earlier that person used to call me, we need a 4-liner poem for our 5th standard student for a class, project. Would you write it? But now, very happily, that person says, oh, now we take the help of AI to write. We don't call you anymore and disturb. Oh, no, that's not disturbance for me. Please do call. So that's where. And that's what we need to think about before doing anything. In fact, we were having this discussion about our behaviors. Talking about, booking a cab. When it comes to us on the screen that, would you tip or would you wait for 15 minutes? We need to understand AI is learning my behavior. How many times I pay the tip, when I pay the tip, and when I don't. Because today, when we pay that 30 rupees, tomorrow it will become 55. And the day after it will become 65. Do we understand that? So we were having this discussion during the lunch hours that through the human civilization, what all we have faced, good or bad, steam engine, electricity, internet, this is much, much bigger than that as a threat, as a blessing, whichever way we take it. But we need to learn how do we tackle that through our behaviors. Because this one learns from every step we take. This one learns from everything we do. This one learns from every click we tap on our mobile phone, on our keyboards. So that is where the situation is now. And it's up to us, human beings, how do we learn to co-create with AI? Not compete, but co-create. How do we learn to use as Affan has just mentioned, we used to take lots of time to, to select a model, to make them run through several dresses or rugs or whatever. But now AI is helping us doing that. So that's a great way we can use AI. But where all we use AI and where all we not. So that's where the question lies. Yes.
I think you very rightly talked about the use of AI. So it's the responsible use of AI. Because when we are dealing with technology, we generally tend to vent out a lot of emotions like the Ghibli studio videos. And if we don't like anybody, we block them. Or we put status showing our disgust about somebody whom we just had a fight with. So it's the responsible use. So I ask you a question, sir, that what is your experience in the publishing domain? And do you think there's any danger with regard to the AI where people are talking about the disputes related to the copyrights, plagiarism, and all these things?
It's a very interesting question. Madhavji is also here and I'm sure he will agree. Now, AI is helping a lot of people and now everyone is a writer because of AI. But they are not acknowledging AI. They're not telling the publishers that we are using AI, and I think that is ethically wrong. It should not be used like that. There can be a policy, and as a society, we can have that kind of an acceptance कि ठीक है इसने लिख लिया, but AI से भी मदद कर लिया. There is a process for publishing, there is proofreading, there is editing. Now there are softwares for it in which the text can also get improved, but we should not depend on it. Especially for translations, we have had experience with Madam Manjuji. We cannot use AI totally. We cannot be dependent on it totally. I'm also associated with the Publishers Association of India. There have been a lot of deliberations to come up with some kind of module because there are books which have been generated on AI and then being sold on Amazon. We are still in talks with them, but yes, AI is a challenge for the publishing industry because now everybody can be a writer, but then it is also for that person's self goal कि मुझे लेखक बनना है, मुझे वो एक book launch करना है, then I will be regarded as an elite. And then they use AI. So AI can be good as well as bad. We have seen how AI has helped the medicos, the technocrats, and in the cancer detection, how grateful we should be to all those researchers who have taken help of AI. So yes, AI is very, very helpful, but AI is dangerous also. And yes, very interesting thing. He said that we are being dependent. कि 30 seconds में जवाब आ जाता है. I went just few days back to a hill station, and I वहाँ ना Blinkit चला ना Zomato चला, and I was like, मैं कहाँ फंस गया? Because I did not want anything, but at that time I felt like why I am not having the freedom to get what I feel I should get in 10 minutes. We are getting slowly and slowly, our lifestyle is getting addicted to these things, even if we are not aware of it. We have to be conscious that how much technology driven we have become, and technology is a trap. You all will agree. If you talk about one thing, then after 10 minutes or 12 minutes, you'll see ads on your mobile phones. And then you'll be somehow prompted. You'll see reels on your Instagram. We live in an age of Instagram reels. AI is also used in publishing industry to foresee the market of a book, which is good. Is used in publishing industry to make the book covers, which is good. But it should not be used by the authors to actually write the whole book. And that depends on the author and their consciousness. They have to be honest. They can take help in translation or proofreading, but they should not do that. And unfortunately, we have seen and we have had bad experiences. Big names are doing it because for them now it is very, very easy.
So I see overuse of technology is basically leading to a cerebral infoclips
I
where
would
we are.
take this opportunity to
Yeah.
ask you, because you are a officiating registrar there and you have an expertise in legality. So what do you say about AI and copyright? Because you are an expert in it.
Okay. So if we look at it from the legal lens, then we have a Copyright Act, but it doesn't talk about artificial intelligence or anything else. So right now, the protection can be given to a human being. But what if the AI generates some content all by itself? So if I talk to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to write a poem for me or on me, so it is going to write something, create something. Now whether AI can be given that copyright protection, so this is something that is debatable and will bring in a lot of legal literature right now. So this is a disputed thing. The liability is generally with the person who's managing the major, the website or the intermediary, but they have to prove it. They have to say that there's due diligence that was used and they're not aware as to how these things are happening.
Yeah, adding to it, I'll also say that I've seen many people who are now totally dependent on AI. They have lost touch with their real friends in the real world. They go home, they just put that button on and they start talking to ChatGPT. And ChatGPT also talks to them and gives them good answers. And they are very happy and relaxed.
Because now we don't look at people to
Yeah.
talk. We look at our phone to give us responses. I
Yes.
think that's the answer, and that takes me to you, sir, where you said that you will be sharing a surprise and you will be letting us know something or show us something during the session.
Okay, yeah, this was something we were discussing. So, one very interesting thing, please pay attention. You're going to hear something for the very first time. So, as Affan has just talked about reels, as a behavioral researcher, I was thinking when we talk like this, what is that new thing one can do? And I thought of leveling my talks. So the level of this answer, what I'm going to give is pattern, not perspective. Style, not meaning. So AI can copy patterns. AI can give you patterns. Everything in patterned, in a patterned structure. But perspective can be only given by human being. Meaning can only be given by you and me, not AI. Now, if we all go back a few years, we will find that creativity, today's topic, our topic, creativity has always been measured by either a poem or an article or a story or a drawing or an illustration or a painting. Today AI is doing all of it. तो रह क्या गया? आप सबसे मैं पूछता हूं, क्या रह गया क्रिएटिविटी का? वही जो गीत बोल के गया, मीनिंग, वो पर्सपेक्टिव, कि वो किसी और दुनिया से आता है और फिर मैं लिखता हूं, मैं बयां कर देता हूं, बस ये रह गया है हमारे पास. तो जितने भी हम आज यहाँ बैठे हैं, आई want to make it a point to share some little learning from my life, and which I want everyone to take it back, take home, and share with your fellow members. So I have this bad habit of making and keeping journals. So last 40 plus years I have been keeping journals, and there are around 23, 24 of them. I'm going to show a few pages and going to tell you, request you, that please, possibly, my life is in this journal, in the pages of this journal, my poems, my illustrations, my drawings, the research I did, the first library slip that I got, places where I visited. So, places that I've been, scribbles, films I liked, people I met. Point ये नहीं है, point है, this is a lived experience. यही मेरा point है कि क्या as uncle, auntie, grandpa, grandma, can we buy journals and give it to our young adults at home and tell them, for few minutes, just do a doodle, do a scribble, write a line, do something, but do it every day. Because that is where we can take one step back and say, yes, we are still human, because that meaning will always stay with human. The meaning and the perspective will always stay with human. It will never be with AI. So that's my point I wanted to make, and I was sharing that story with you. And thank you so much for being part of this journey, and I could share this with you today.
Thank you. So I think we just have few minutes left. So the last set of questions. So I want to ask you, what do you like the most? Being a columnist, being an entrepreneur, being an author, being a person who's into publishing? What is it that you enjoy the most?
I enjoy all of it.
That's a very politically correct answer, but
Because
if you have to set a priority, what comes at number one?
Just being myself.
Smart answer again. I ask you, sir, as a human, what is that one value that we should never get away with in the age of AI? What is one thing that's very important?
That one mantra has always been with the human race and will always be, get up and show up. Get up. Get up. Rainy day, stormy day, whatever it is, just get up and show yourself up and keep trying. So, when I say this, that, our kids are spending more and more time with screens, and how can we just, help them to understand the value of keeping that one word down on the paper, keeping that one line on the paper, making that one doodle. I think that's our responsibility. That's what we all should do. Because otherwise, we all are going to that same route. Our kids will become consumers and couch potatoes and consume Netflix and just be. So yeah, that's our responsibility.
I'll just add on a Sufi note, kind of, that AI can do everything, but वो इश्क और मोहब्बत ना सीख सकता है ना कर सकता है. उसके लिए टेक्नोलॉजी की नहीं, उसके लिए रूह की ज़रूरत है. मोहब्बत समझने के लिए और करने के लिए थोड़ा जिगरा भी चाहिए होता है. तो AI में अभी कोई वो चैटबॉट, वो ऐप नहीं बना. थैंक यू.
लेकिन AI को यूज़ करके आप अपने जो भी
मोहब्बत
लव
का-
इंटरेस्ट है उसको आप एक मैसेज अच्छा सा ज़रूर ड्राफ्ट करके भेज सकते हैं. सो थैंक यू एवरीवन.
Thank you.
थैंक यू एंड हैव अ ग्रेट इवनिंग.
Thank you, Mr. Ghoshe
Thank
and
you
Mr.
so
Affan Yesvi and Dr. Ivneet Walia for such an important discussion. There definitely needs to be more awareness regarding the use of AI. But now we are moving to our much awaited मुशायरा जिसका हम सबको बहुत ही बेसब्री से इंतज़ार है. दुनिया में हूँ, दुनिया का तलबगार नहीं हूँ, बाज़ार से गुजरा हूँ, ख़रीदार नहीं हूँ. इस खाना-ए हस्ती से गुज़र जाऊँगा बेलौस, साया हूँ फ़कत नक्श व दीवार नहीं हूँ. अकबर अलाहाबादी की इन पंक्तियों में एक अजीब सी बेनियाज़ी है. दुनिया से गुज़रते हुए भी उससे बंध न जाने की, और शायद यही कविता का स्वभाव भी है. कविता किसी एक भाषा की मोहताज नहीं होती. वो बाज़ार की चीज़ नहीं, एहसास की विरासत होती है. वो उर्दू में भी उतनी ही सच्ची है, हिंदी में उतनी ही आत्मीय और अंग्रेज़ी में भी उतनी ही व्यापक. आज का यह सेशन इस आज़ादी का उत्सव है